Jesus replies and he says to them, we move into our topic and we move on into the message. Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy, I was just trying to see who was paying attention, with all thy soul, and with all thy, your neighbor, tell your neighbor, that's a lot of loving. Come on. He says, love the Lord thy God, not love him with your money. This is when I preach, and this is when people start tipping out. See, some people are convinced that you are pleasing God because you pay your dues and you pay your money that's required of you. But he didn't say love me with your money. So while you are giving your offering and giving your tithes and paying this due for the committee and paying this and sending children to camp and doing all other kind of foolishness, your life is out of order. Your household is out of order. Your mind is out of order. Your relationships are all out of whack. Because you're trying to give God what he never asked you for. He wants you to give him your mind, your body, and your soul. He says, I want all of it. Don't try to bribe me with $100 offering. What? And think about it, if it took money to please God, some of us will be messed up. Because some of us ain't got no money. Truth, you got people who come to church who on fixed incomes. They can't give $1,000. They can't give $500. They can't give $100. That's a challenge. For some people, $20 is a challenge. That's why I'm so glad he never said money is what it's going to take to make it in. He said if you want to be pleasing, you got to love me with your heart, your mind, and your soul. Somebody ought to just throw their hands up and say he want it all. It says, this is the first and great commandment. Here's something else I want you to notice. Isn't it funny he didn't say, Jesus, what commandment? How do you measure out the commandments? I thought they all were great. Nudge your neighbor, said, wake up and listen. He asked him, he said, what is the great commandment? Come on, preachers. I thought all the commandments were great. How you try to challenge Jesus to pick out one commandment that's supposed to be greater than the other? He wants us to do all of them. He said he thought he was going to trip him up. I can just imagine. There's some of you that's listening to me preach. I could feel you. I wish you would have went to Jesus. Yeah, man, that was right on time. My son would have did that. I wish you would have went to Jesus on the day and said, Father, what do I have to do to please you? Jesus answered something that was so powerful. Church, please, please, open your ears and listen to what I'm saying. He says to him, here is the great commandment, love. Come on, that's what it boiled down to. He says love. And if you love, you got everything. You got the prophets, you got the law, you got it all tied up. The very foundation of Christianity is built upon love the Lord thy God and love yourself and your neighbor. I already know that, man. Listen, I said I've been preaching like 29 years. I know this one of the messages. A lot of y'all can't say amen. Because you got folks in your family you ain't spoke to in 10 and 15 years. And you got dressed, you came to church, you raised your hand, and you declare you are a Christian. I came to tell you, you got to get that stuff right. See, you're not no Christian because you come to church. That's right. No, get that right. I'm a Christian. I go to church. Oh, okay. Y'all know we saw that. The Fighting Temptations say just because you got a thing in the garage don't mean it's a car. I always like to tell people this. I don't care how much I try to get into a size 3 pants, it ain't happening. Come on. That's the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist. It'll be funny trying to see me do it. That's the same way you look trying to convince somebody you're a Christian and you don't even treat your neighbors right. How you got a sister, I'm talking about a blood sister, got the same mom and daddy and y'all don't even talk. And you got the nerve to come at church today. This the time y'all ain't gonna want me to come back, but that's all right. I got some stuff I got to do anyway. Yeah, that's one thing I like about Galilee. They already got my money together. So I ain't got to wait for you to get no offering. My offering already set. You don't even talk to your sister and got the nerve to get up in the choir and sing. Shut up and sit down and get you some love. Y'all know, see, I'm going to tell y'all something that's real deep and real powerful. This is where the church is messing up at. We keep trying to build church on the wrong foundation. We want to build churches on choirs. We want to build them on the preacher preaching a good sermon. We want to build them on what we give you in the outreach program. But if you really want to see a church explode, I dare you to get full of love and go find somebody that don't know him and say, I just want to tell you who is. You can't do that. You can't do that if you ain't got no love. I don't care how you try to fix it. I care how you try to convince yourself. If you ain't got no love, you ain't got no power. And if you ain't got no power, you can't change no life. And if you can't change no life, you're not doing what he told you to do. He said, go. Make disciples of men. He didn't tell you to get comfortable in your pity party. Get comfortable in your little clique. Get comfortable in your little circle. Get comfortable with your little program.